This video is about everything you need to know to have a successful day of perch fishing from shore in the spring. It's an absolute killer time of year to catch these beautiful fish. We're keeping it simple, we're keeping it fun. Let's get right into it. In terms of finding the perch, I like to start on Google Maps, and the areas I'm going to be focusing on are bays, mainly bays off the main river like the St. Lawrence where we are right now. Little bays on lakes, just areas where they're gonna come in flat, consistent, sandy areas, little bit of weed, some rock, areas where they're gonna come in and spawn, eat, everything like that, especially after the ice is gone. There we go. He's gonna interrupt me while I'm trying to tell this to you guys. See, like the bay we're in right now, consistent weeds, sand flats, just typically any bay off the main river system is gonna have perch congregated in it. There's a double header for you guys. And as the run starts progressing, oh, that's a good one. As the run starts progressing, there's gonna be more and more fish stacked up, and that's when you're getting into a situation like where we're at today, just with consistent fish after fish, various sizes, 2 double headers in a row. Look at that, eh? Gotta love it. Especially the smaller one grabbing that big worm. We're looking for something a bit bigger here. Really, once you find those types of areas, you know, you go on Google Maps, do some research of the area you want to fish, scout your location, scout your access points. And then from there, you just got to go out and try. You're going to have different levels of success depending on what point of the run you're at. If you don't get as much action, cruise around the location, work your way around the bay if you can. Fan cast in front of you, try different areas. And once you've found the fish, typically with perch, you're gonna find more fish in that area. So try to cast in the same spot where you just caught one. Be really consistent about it. You're bound to get into those bigger fish. They're gonna be in certain areas around that bay, and spots like this, it's good to get here earlier in the day so you can hammer down on exactly, you know, where you wanna be on the bank, because it can get pretty busy. As you can see, once you've hammered down on a location, just fish after fish. It's like a factory. Hey, get them on that worm eater. Simple little fish, but still get a couple nice ones in your bucket, bring them home, nice meal. It's nothing better. It's just so simple and so fun, especially in the spring when the bite's so inconsistent. Something you can rely on is perch, and they're all so clean. They're winter. Most of the perch you catch are gonna be worm free. It's just awesome. There we go, that's a good one. That's a real good one, unless I hooked him weird. What's this? This is like a weird double header. What the hell, man? One hook, 2 fish. Like what, how does that happen? The beauty thing about spring perch fishing is it's so simple. Any medium light or medium rod will do. 2500, 1000 series reel, just any reel. 6-pound braid, 6-pound mono, doesn't matter, just keep it light. I personally use a medium light. I find it really helps detecting those lighter bites, especially if they're smaller fish. Perch can be pretty light biters from time to time, so having that medium light keeps the sensitivity high and really lets me ease into the hook set, which is fantastic. That guy's pulling, see that on the rod? That one hit different, that's for sure. That's what we're talking about right there. That's better. That's a big fish. There we go. Starting to get into some bigger perch there. Let's keep going. The bite's starting to pick up. Oh yeah, buddy. That feels nice. That one's fighting. That one's fighting as hard as any fish has fought today. What I'm trying to say is this is one of the best fights I've had today. Let's check it out. Could this be another little keeper for us here? Feels like it. I haven't seen him yet. That's how you know it's decent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. There you go. That's a nice one. The nice thing about perch is they're like a banker's hours fish. They're gonna be most active during the day, morning, afternoon. This time of year, they're feeding like crazy, really. They've come off the ice, they've come off the colder water of the winter. They're super active. So anytime during the day, you're really gonna find success. Even when the weather's really bad, like the last time we were out here, the wind was howling, the rain was pouring, and we were just hammering them nonstop. Is this a double header again? Yo, look at this. Gotta love the double headers. Another thing I love is just how light you can pack. Got a pack of hooks, pack of weights, fluorocarbon, and my scissors. That's it. Can throw it right in the backpack. Easy, easy carry. We're just gonna get about 2-3 feet of fluoro. I'm using 6-pound Suffix. Any fluorocarbon leader material will work. So 6-pound braid to 6-pound fluoro. We're using an Alberto knot to connect the braid to the fluoro. I find this one's always worked well for me. It doesn't take long to tie, nice and strong. It keeps the knot nice and slim in the guides, which is great for casting, obviously. That knot, so slim, you can't even see it. Just cut the tag ends and you're good to go. And we got our number 4 Mustad drop shot hooks. I find 4 to 6 size is perfect for perch, not too big, not too small, fit it perfectly in their mouth. The bigger ones, they're all gonna get hooked right away. These hooks are super sharp. Anything in that realm is really good. And nice thing here too is we can run 2 hooks at once. Check your regulations for your local body of water. A lot of the times you can run more than 1 hook, which, you know, doubles, triples, quads your chances of getting fish. And then, you know, you get on a couple doubles. That's pretty fun. I'm actually setting my hooks a bit higher. I was seeing that the weed line was getting caught on that second hook of mine. Gives me an idea of how much weed depth is here right now. So we're gonna set the hooks a bit higher. That way that second hook is out of the weeds and really increases our chances of getting a double header, or even, you know, just hooking up in general. The fish are gonna see both baits instead of just the one that's above the weed line. So keep an eye on, you know, what you're hooking down there in the depths, because you can adjust accordingly. And it just so happens I got to retie, so always wet your knots. There we go. Gotta love that. Perfect little drop shot hook. All right, we got both our drop shot hooks tied on. All that's left to do is get our drop shot weight on the bottom. Today I'm using just Lunker Hunt 1/4 ounce drop shot weights. Pretty straightforward. Brought some little dumbbell weights as extras just in case you get caught on the bottom. You don't want to run out of weights. Always get that drop shot weight on there. And the nice thing is, obviously, you can adjust the depth accordingly. You just put it where you want to put it. And I don't rely on just a little clip. I always do one simple knot just to keep the weight on there a bit better. And at the same time, if you need to break off, you're not breaking off your whole rig. I like to break off 2 good sized chunks of worms. I find slightly bigger piece of worm is going to get you the bigger fish. Not always true, but a lot of the time it is. All we're doing, guys, is we're just taking that worm and threading it right onto the hook. And I like to keep a little piece sticking off the end, just like that. I find that that piece is going to move around in the water, give that action, really going to draw those fish in. So get our second hook set up, get to it. This is all we're doing here, guys. Keeping it super simple. You got your drop shot rig. All you want to do, get out there, cast it. As soon as it hits the water, bring the slack in so the line's nice and taut. And light jigs, just like that. Super light on the line. And there's some hits right off the bat there. And you just want to wait for those hits. Hook sets are free. Don't be afraid if you get a hit to set the hook lightly. Don't need much of a hook set with these sharp hooks like that. You just want to, you know, a lot of the times they'll hook themselves because of the hooks are so sharp. And there you go. See, we just had it sitting there, letting it soak, and we're just reeling them in, losing track today. Couple nice ones in the bunch, some smaller ones, but hey, we're catching fish in the spring. The reason I like this drop shot rig for perch is it just lifts that bait up off the bottom, like just lets them see it so easily because there's so many around. It's like a flurry of fish, and it just puts it right in their face right away, which is ideal. Like just friggin' hits after hits here. It just leads to more success, I find. There's other ways of fishing. You can use floats, you can use artificial lures, small tubes, small minnows, perch minnows. There's all sorts of ways of doing it. I just find worms are so easy to find, readily available. It's an easy rig to use and it's just so effective. In terms of depth, you want to look anywhere from 5 to 10 feet. They're not going to be really deep. And where you're going to be accessing from shore, typically you're not going to be that deep anyways. So just try to target some shallower water, because that's what the perch like to do. They'll come in shallow and use this drop shot rig, and you're just gonna have a blast all day. One of the best parts of spring perch fishing is the fruits of your labor. We kept a couple beauties today. We're gonna bring them home, get them battered up, throw them in the grease. Ah, man, absolutely delicious. Hope you guys got some value out of today's video. Might as well subscribe and check out one of these videos while you're here. Cheers.